What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Superpowers AI only battle. Last episode we had a huge war break out between Rome and China teaming up on the Zulu. I did not word that at all, did it? It made it sound like it was Rome versus China, but no. Rome and China teamed up again for the second time, and this time they're going to fight the Zulu. And so far, it's been a bit of conflict on the front line here in Egypt. That's been the main area. And not too much has switched hands. I think at the moment it's actually exactly how it started. These two cities are obviously switching hands a few times though. Also a new city here for the Zulu. Maybe something tactical about that. Maybe somewhere they could put more planes, or just to be more of a nuisance. But obviously the other area there's been a lot of conflict in this war has been in Australia, where the Zulu were making progress. They actually took quite a bit off the Shoshone and Rome. But now China is here, and you'd expect China to eventually maybe grab all of this stuff with their very strong Pacific presence. But there's plenty of other stuff going on. The US has pretty much just wrapped up their war with the Shoshone. There is still 2 more Shoshone cities were they to go for it, so we'll keep an eye on that. There's also 22 turns left, so we're getting towards the big time, the end, the results. It's going to be exciting. These big wars mean everything. I think the US may have just pulled right into the lead though, conquering all of the Shoshone. That's a lot of score and points and stats and strength, or whatever it takes to win. They also just settled a new city within all this territory here with Phoenix. Good job. But yeah, there you go. And they do now have a much bigger front with China, which would make things very interesting between those two. Now that they have all of this, although not many boats yet, maybe one day, although these are all puppets, so probably not going to build too many boats, and they're all also below 5 population. Although Cleveland here is a city they could build or buy boats in. Obviously they have all the islands they have as well. Yeah, it could be interesting. It would be very interesting actually, but I haven't looked, so I'm guessing this does put the US like in the lead, but that's a complete guess. Maybe they were so far behind before it didn't matter, I'm not sure. Here we have the international games. It is completed by Rome, or Rome get the gold. Silvers for most of the other civs. Siam get a bronze. So Germany didn't even try. Same goes for Egypt, the Shoshone, and Brazil. No effort at all. The Inca did have a little go and got nothing. Bronze award for Siam, which is a bit harsh. They're only 40 points off getting a silver. But they gained 3 happiness. The Songhai, Russia, China, America and the Zulu all put in quite a vast different amount, but there we go. They all get 3 happiness twice, so they've got 6 happiness, and then the influence with the city-states. So they just got 6 happiness, there's no city-states. And then Rome, on top of the 6 happiness, also got a 100% increase in tourism for 20 turns, which is basically till the end of the game. So it will run out with 1 turn to spare, so it won't go into the info addicts. That's pretty rough. And then a free social policy. I don't actually know. I assume it would show up in the info addicts as just twice as big as normal. I've never even thought of that. But there you go. It won't matter because they won't have it at that point. It will run out 1 turn. 1 turn before. Also, Las Vegas is in a very different climate to usual here. I've just noticed in the tundra with some farms around it. Little different. I don't know if this is going to be the casino hub of the world. What sort of in Vegas territory? Is this Vegas? Whereabouts? I guess is this the closest? Possibly. I don't know. It's around here somewhere, isn't it? I'm not really sure where it is. It's in the desert, so it's around here somewhere. I'm not sure how far down it could be. So apologies if I've got that completely wrong. Here maybe seems like the closest city. I don't know. It's probably more up a bit, but I don't know. Someone will know. China completes the Hubble Space Telescope. Good job for them. It's just another point. Maybe that's going to be the all-important wonder that wins you the game. You just don't know. That does seem maybe a bit excessive, but it's potential. It could be the case. You know, don't give up. Don't give up. Anything could happen. Except Siam going to war. That seems pretty unlikely. I really hope they do something. I don't know who they go for. It's very difficult. Right, as it stands, this city... Oh, it did go to the Zulu, but Rome is right back here again. I wonder if the Songhai would ever join a side. I know they're trying... They tried to fight Brazil. That's not gone anywhere. Rome has sent some stuff now into the southern Atlantic, but there's plenty of Zulu ships here, so this is going to be quite a big big battle. And Rome has peaced out with the Inca. Okay, well that doesn't matter too much. The Zulu also piecing out with Shoshone. There we go. Well, that's doesn't mean too much. Just maybe makes the map a bit safer to travel around for some of the civs. The Zulu grabbing 2 cities as they take Thebes back, and they also conquered back this one in Australia. Good job. Turn 280, 20 to go. That is, I don't know how this is gonna work. Well, I don't know what we'll get to this episode, and then there'll probably be the next episode, which there's gonna be a double. No, this is the part of the double. Okay, no, wait. I don't know what there is on Friday. Maybe there's another one. I don't know. We've had a double one. This is a double, the second one in a row. You all like them, so it doesn't matter too much. If it was a double the other way around, I think people might be annoyed. But no, you can have an extra AI battle on a Wednesday, yesterday. Because why not? And then you can have one on the Thursday too. But yeah, there should be like one more after this one, I'm guessing, maybe. I don't know. Again, it depends how long it takes to get to 300. We'll then have the results video, and then there'll be a couple of videos where I just let it run and we see what happens next week. And then we'll have to figure out a new one again, which is always the hardest, because I have a lot of cool ideas, but most of them don't work. So that's how you get this. This was not on like any list of ideas. Oh, there was an idea similar to this. It was similar. It was going to be like very small number of civs as we did, but I was planning to give them all like 10 settlers at the start and 10 warriors, and you know, just go really over the top. But we didn't do that part, and I'm glad, because this has worked out and been really interesting. As Rome once again makes a little bit of progress. I feel like these two are going to be fighting for a while on the front lines until one of them gets so weak that they just sort of implode. If we even get that far. I don't know if that's possible in 20 turns. These are some massive civs. Could take a bit longer, which is fine. What is next? Come on. Just had a nice awkward silence. There's got to be something. China with a lot of stuff here. Yeah, I guess it's going after the Zulu. That makes sense. Trying to spot what the AI are up to. Are the US going to kill them? No, they're leaving the Shoshone. Oh, we've got some little bugged fire patches just moving around the screen. Sorry, but oh no, there we go. They pieced out. I wonder what the US does now. They could, in theory, do whatever they want. Will they go? I mean, the Inca is probably the obvious target now for the US, and if they pulled that off, I mean, at that point, I think, yeah, they would have they would definitely be in the lead and comfortably winning. But you know, they could go and mess up China's day. Not that I'm sure you'd want to. Look at all those. I don't even want to look at this. This is getting a bit worrying. A lot of boats in the same place. Don't want to crash anything. China's turn. So Germany, you got 19 turns to go. That's all you got to do. All you got to do, and you will have made it till the end. That is, didn't think we'd be here, but that would be fantastic for Germany. They've I don't know, they've not done much, but I don't know. It was really cool. Like, I guess the game was just too short for them, right? They were really big at the start, and it looked like they were going to do good as well. But sadly, Rome and Russia did team up on them, which is, you know, not great, but they coped. They're still here. That is, I don't know what to say about them, but they made it. They've made it this far. This is when the US just invades them like next turn and kills them in like a turn or something. I've jinxed them. Oh, you know what we could do? Bit of the tension. I normally always forget to check like who's commented on for who to win. Like, even when it gets to the final episode, it's always the last thing I do. I go, oh, we need to do this. So let me just check. There's a lot of comments. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's see how many people. I just want to see how many of the picks are for those like top 5 civs. Russia, I've completely forgot about Russia. They're not really doing much. China, Rome. I think I went with China in the end. I should have gone America, but I knew if I'd have picked America, they wouldn't have done well. So probably made a good choice. Someone did go with America. There you go. Zulu as well. Zulu, Rome. Someone picked Germany. I mean, credit to you. Someone thought, well, this one aged well. I don't know who's going to win, but I know the US is going to blow their lead and get stomped by the Shoshone or the Aztecs. Well, thank you for that, Kirkinator. That didn't go too well. Here we go. I can actually expose some of your bad takes. This is going to be fun. The Inca piecing out with Brazil. Nothing really happened there. Right, we'll focus on the front line over here for you, just in case, while I read these out. Actually, is there anything going on over here? Okay, maybe Australia is a bit more interesting, actually. We'll hit next turn over here. Russia, Zulu. Oh, there's a lot of picks for the Zulu. Oh my goodness. China. America. There you go. Someone else got them. For now, again, I'm completely assuming America's going to win because they just doubled. They didn't double in size, but they like went up by maybe a third. So they're probably going to be quite high on the list. There we go. China capturing this island to the north. Rome, another pick. Another vote for the US. The Inca. That's a unique pick. Didn't go too well. Betting on Russia in minute 4. Not bad, not bad. They're up there. Zulu again. Siam. I like that pick. That's a good try. Rome, USA. Indonesia. That was a bold pick. Russia. China. And somewhat angry that the UK wasn't included. There we go. No more bad takes, though. Not bad takes, funny takes. It's all hindsight. I'm sure I've said some pretty poor guesses as to what's going to happen in some of these games before. So don't worry. Ooh, Russia has a lot of units now. It's very menacing. A lot of numbers. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not even going to try to count them, but there must be at least like 30 nukes. If you add them all up across the board. All these nuclear missiles as well. Another 10 up here. Then 6. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I mean, at least it's very clear that they're not so worried about China for now. Oh, there's even more. Why are there little fire bubbles popping up everywhere? What's going on? Yeah, Rome could be in big trouble. Although, sadly, I think it would probably crash if Russia invaded Rome. But hopefully that won't happen. Or hopefully it will happen when I'm not sort of hovering over it, and then it might not break. Yeah, still not much here. A lot of Zulu tanks turning up, which is pretty cool. It's the sort of mobile approach to this. I like that. Like that idea. They do seem very sparse on units. Like down here. Seem very empty. There's, you know, a few boats protecting the coast, but it does look like they are getting... Why is this fire just following us around? It looks like they're beginning to maybe lose their numbers. You can see China is picking off quite a lot of boats crossing the Indian Ocean now, isolating the Australian units from the African units. Obviously we saw Rome is doing some damage up here. I think the Zulus still have an advantage, but Rome is sort of preventing them coming up this way. Oh, the US stole away this island, which was good play. That gives them kind of access guaranteed forever from north to south in the Atlantic. It still kind of is, but the Inca are now trapped inside. Actually, no, the Inca are not really trapped. They've got the Panama Canal, and I think the US have open borders with them. So I'm guessing, yeah, they have open borders with each other. Never mind. So not as important, but strategically, yeah, the US probably want to get a couple more of these tiles just to make sure. But it's such a wide space, they're going to get some of them, if not most of them. Between them, to be fair, this might be the closest we're ever going to get to filling the whole map. I don't know. There's still a long way to go. Areas like here, obviously, quite a big hole in the Atlantic Ocean still. But you can see up here it's filling up. I don't know, the Pacific, yep, it's starting to close off. It's now closed off sort of up here at the top. You'll see China fill this up. The US and China getting this. All of this will come out into the Pacific. Yeah, there's still a lot of open space, but you never know. Oh, the Inca actually took a city off of China. Well done, Inca. Proud of you. Zulu only just completing the Manhattan Project. That's a bit concerning, but at least they got there. Better late than never. They got there in the end. You know what we could end up seeing? I wonder if Germany would kill the Shoshone. Probably not. I mean, the Shoshone has a plane. Germany, sadly, does not have any planes. Germany doesn't really have any boats either. They have one privateer. Oh no, they have a few over here. I don't know if they... I guess they could do it if they went for it. That'd be interesting. Doubt it will happen, but it could be kind of interesting, to say the least. I really want to look at the info, Alex. I said we'd do it to check the militaries. I might do it. I'll do it after this turn. 285. I'm only going to look at military manpower. I just want to see where the Zulu are, because they do look like they're getting whittled down a little bit. You know, they still have plenty of boats here, but compared to Rome, who, like, you know, this army is... There's a staggering amount of units just over here. Nowhere near the front line. So maybe the Zulu is starting to just falter, as you would expect. You know, they've got two of the other biggest countries in the world. Just destroying anything that they send in the water, probably. So, yeah, I mean, China's navy is ridiculous as well. Once you get out into the Pacific, and I guess in theory, you know, all the boats here could come into the Indian Ocean in a matter of turns. China has a lot of power in the water. Very mobile, a lot of planes, good technology. So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if they've been causing the Zulu quite a bit of trouble since they went to war last episode. Was it last episode? It feels like it's got... Was it more than... It might have been more. I can't... It feels like it was more, but maybe it wasn't. I have no idea. What next? What next? I feel bad for saying what next, but as hype as this war is, there's not a lot going on that's going to last. Like, it's just the same cities at the moment. Like I said, that's why it's so key. If the Zulu start to get low on numbers, that's when things get interesting. If Rome can start to send lots of boats down here and attack the coast, and obviously have units coming in from the north, maybe China turns up, that's when it gets super interesting. I'm just going to save before I open this in case it all goes horribly wrong. Oop. Right, so there we go. Let's go look at an obscure part of the map, so hopefully it will all work. Oh, there we go, perfect. Right, there's the score. You can have a look if you want at the lines. Military manpower though, Russia leads. Okay, well, I think we knew that anyway. Rome is at number 2 right now, and China is at 4. The Zulu are 6. I mean, they still have nearly 1 million, but yeah, between these two they have 2.9 million, so that's pretty hectic craziness. You can see poor old Shoshone, 62,000. Brazil at 300k, Inca 420k, living for the memes. Shoshone also, I mean, the Songhai could, that's the big question actually. Look at that, the Songhai are only 90k behind the Zulu, and Siam's above them as well. I mean, those two could easily join in. Siam, yeah, I think that might be the killer for the Zulu. If the Songhai joined in, that would be huge up here, obviously. And yes, Siam could really pose them some problems over here as well. And then you're almost fighting on like 4 or 5 different fronts. You've got Rome coming at you in 2 different places, sort of around here, if they come around this way. You've got the Songhai here, Siam in the east, that's 4. Then you've got China in Australia, and potentially China would commit to coming over here. They've got the first few units just adventuring out, seeing what they can find. Obviously, look at this battleship. It is essentially it is so lonely. Little does it know that just a few thousand miles east is... Oh, okay. A few miles east is all these Chinese units. All those submarines. That's going to be a rough ending. But yes, the game did not crash. For some reason it just tabbed out. It's fine, it's good. For me it seemed like it went down. You didn't even notice, but for me it just closed. That was very weird, but it's still here. But yeah, I mean, that would be the big one, right? Siam and the Shoshone getting involved. That could really, really flip things and make them quite interesting. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. Sadly. Maybe it will. What do you do? Ooh, okay. Nope, nothing. Russia peacing out with Germany. Just the normal stuff. Obviously, Russia did not take too much off of... They did some damage, and then obviously, was it the Shoshone city sort of messed them up? Of all people, the Shoshone came along and got in the way. But I don't think it would have made too much difference, like Russia having the UK. It would have given them a few more points. But not much more than that. It's all about what is going to be next. Well, not even what is next. What is going to feed off of this main event that we now have, which is kind of now the main event. Most of the other wars have sort of petered out. The Inca Brazil one didn't lead to anything. The Songhai have left Brazil alone. The US has wrapped up their business. So we'll see what happens next. But yeah, I could be very much related to this or that. Okay. Ooh. Well, I think I jinxed it for Germany. The US is coming after. There is 10 planes here in Buffalo, including 5 B-17s, 3 atomic bombs, and 3 fighters. So yeah, Germany. This might be the quickest death ever. Yep, Leipzig or Scotland falling in the first turn. And Bremen is already on 0 health. 0. All the way down. Wow, what a turn from the US. I did not see that coming, but there we go. I mean, it didn't take too long. This is a smaller Atlantic, so obviously it's not... It takes only a turn to cross over. And, yeah, they just did it like that. Oh, they actually retook it. That's great. Good job, Germany. I'm not sure how long that will last, but also I don't know. I guess the US they don't have any like paratroopers around. I don't know how they're going to get these other cities, but I'm sure they'll have a land unit. There's some infantry further back, so it may slow down. It won't be the quickest death of all time without open borders. Maybe they'll get open borders. Who knows? We will eventually if it happens. I don't know what I'm going on about now. The ranting is back. Another new city, Pittsburgh. I love it. They must be getting near to the limit. I guess not. We've had it before once. I think once or maybe twice on the channel, where some civs. I think the Iroquois did it maybe once on one of our series where they just hit the limit and they just started settling cities with no names. That was quite funny. I think it's quite a high limit for the vanilla civs. I think it's like 35, 50 settling cities, which bear in mind is a lot because most of these were not settled by the US. They're only like 16, maybe 17 in. But yeah, you can get there in the end. I think for mods it can be maybe a bit worse because I don't know if it depends on if the mod like list of names. I don't know how they work, right? But I assume there's just a list. Obviously it depends how long that list is, and I feel like it's maybe not as long sometimes depending on the mod maker, and some of them will be way more in depth. Bear that in mind too. Some of the mods will have like probably 500 city names or something ridiculous, which is pretty cool as well. Leipzig falls to the US again. Bremen has not fallen yet, but yeah, they're gonna have to get the infantry in for that, and those have only just landed in Ireland, so that's gonna take a bit longer. A Roman city here with an interesting name, Placentia. There we go. I feel like a lot of these were not here before. Like this is new, that's new, this is new, this is new. I think we did spot this before. This might be new. This is definitely new. That's new. Most Rome's just like completely transformed. I think they had this with citadels, but they did not have a city here, so this is new as well, or fairly recent. I think Verona's new. Gordion is somewhat new. Cafinium, that's new. That one's been here a while. I had seen that one. Londinium down there in Crete, that's new. So 6 pop already. Very impressive. How the Zulu clinging on? They're still clinging on over here. China not. I mean, China's not really going for it with everything. To be fair, they're not really putting the pressure on just yet. But maybe that's still to come. We'll see. Maybe it's going to get a whole lot worse. There we go. 12 turns till the results. Yeah, it'll probably be next episode, and I don't know how many turns we went through today. About 10. So maybe if assuming it's the same, I don't know. It depends. There's still like 5 minutes left of this one, so I don't know if the next one is like perfectly on. No, I think there will be one more gameplay episode, which will probably be 290 to 300, and then we'll do the results. So once that, and then we'll do the showing you what happens going forward. There'll be a couple of those. So yeah, probably another week or so. So that's all good and exciting. Right, I need to find a thumbnail moment. Oh, actually, perfect. US v Germany. There you go, see guys. Normally, you don't get to see this inner workings of how it works because I forget and do them all afterwards. I come back, I'll record for like an hour or a long time, and I'll completely forget to do a thumbnail, and then when I've edited it and uploaded it, and the last thing I need is thumbnail, I have to go back, open the game again, take the screenshot, go make it, because I forget every single time. So there you go, at least for once I actually remembered. That's all that counts. That's what matters. Right, please wait. Siam, I think they go last, so there we go. We've got one more turn for today after this one, and that will set us up for our final episode of regulation time, I guess, in this battle. Who is going to win? Who's it going to be? Like I said, I do think it's the US, but that's not based on anything. I guess we did just see that graph that had the US in first, but score is not the best judge. The US has a pretty good religion, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not their religion. Okay, also Oakland, another new city. But yeah, I mean, I would guess that the US is winning. That's just my guess. I mean, they now do look the biggest. Like, I know that's not how it works, but they do actually look the biggest. They have all of North America. They've won their continent, which was kind of the aim, right? It was like everyone should win their own continent, and then the continents fight each other. Sadly, that's not quite happened. I mean, oh, the Zulu with a lot of troops here. But Rome's starting to come in with a bit more too. Here we go. We'll do the final turn for today. So, will anyone throw in any cliffhangers for me? Do my job for me. Come on, you know you want to. Give us a cliffhanger. That's when, like, America invades Rome or something. That would just be insane. Could you imagine? That will probably happen on, like, turn 299. That's normally... It's happened before. We've been waiting for something, and I'm like, we'll do the results, and then it happens on the final turn. And you're like, oh, great. I say it doesn't happen that often, but it has happened. And there's definitely been a few where we've had that. It's quite funny. After like a good period of nothing as well. Don't think that'll be the case here. Like I said, I think the Zulu, if they keep getting chipped down and worn away at by Rome and China, you think eventually the Songhai would feel confident enough, and Siam as well, to maybe chip in. Obviously the US can probably do whatever they want within reason. Like, invading China probably wouldn't go too well just because they're not prepared for it, but if they actually moved their units into the right place, they could probably give them one heck of a battle in the Pacific. But like right now, obviously I wouldn't recommend it. But, you know, if everything was brought round, all of this stuff, and you bring that over here, then yeah, I'd say then it would be quite interesting, because China is stacked over here. I would not want to mess with all of this stuff. So yeah, they would need to prepare. But I think the US could probably do whatever they wanted. Orlando, another new city. They're just adding. Makes sense. Get more production, more places to put planes, especially if their happiness can support it. Doesn't seem like the worst idea. But barring something crazy happening right now that I need to mention, that will be it for another US city, Tampa Bay. There you go. They're really stacking them up right now. But that will be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. And it didn't end. I thought Siam was last for some reason. They're obviously not. Well, just in case anything happens, we'll stick around. But do be sure to turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any future videos or AI onlys when I decide it's time to do double AI onlys and not make a let's play for a day. Mainly because they take less time to record and I ran out of time. Alright, I think the Zulu is last. Yeah, that is not my mind playing tricks on me. There we go. But we will do the final 10 turns in the next episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to do all that stuff that I've already said. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.